classic in the closet.
Where is my matcha? And why have you put it in that ugly glass? We brought.
This is the problem with putting the mic there.
Right, I'm not being funny, but first of all, I told you not to knock anything over, which I knew you would do. It's like talking to a child. It's like, you know they're going to do something.
You manifested that because
It's nothing to do with manifesting.
It is.
I know you were going to do it, and you do it. So I just knew it was going to happen. But anyway, apart from that, you were meant to make me a matcha as well.
Yeah, but I actually ran out of powder, so I only had enough for myself.
But that's just
You
selfish.
can share it. You can have some if you want.
Yeah, I would have some actually. You nearly drank all of it now. Like, wouldn't you surely someone
really
would just be like,
tired.
oh, I'll make, I'll give you the last bit of it.
I'm trying to...
That's fucking horrible. That is horrible. That's not normal milk. I forgot you don't drink normal milk. That's horrible.
I drink normal milk. You don't drink normal milk.
All right, not normal milk, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That is not good for you. That soy milk is. It's not. That is.
Good for you.
Soy milk's the worst one out of all of them. Oat I can do. Soy.
Oat milk's bad for you. Apparently, really bad for your stomach.
Well, that's the problem. See, that's why I've stopped drinking oat milk, because I've got really bad bellyache all the fucking time.
What, you got bad bellyache all the time for drinking oat milk? I don't think so.
No, I'm getting bad bellyache, and I was thinking that the oat milk was contributing.
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 Making it worse.
Was not helping.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, also, Kourtney Kardashian has just started, well, not just started, but she does a wellness business called Lemmy.
Yes, I've heard of Lemmy, actually, the gummies.
Yes, and they're very good for gut
Chloe,
health.
Isn't it? I don't know.
Kourtney. It's Kourtney. She's very into her health and fitness, and not fitness, but health and well-being and stuff.
Yeah.
And these gummies essentially have a type of milk in them, which is why I was taken back, because I was like, oh, milk's not actually good for your digestive system. No, so I was like, what the hell?
But lactose, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because of the lactose. So I suppose you can get lactose-free milk, but I don't know how they make it lactose-free.
They take the lactose out of it.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know how that works. Anyway.
Right, but they do it.
She's using the milk from a pregnant cow. No, from a cow that's just given birth. This is what it's called. This is the milk that she's using, because I researched the ingredients she was using in them and selling them.
What are you on about? She's using the cow's milk. Of course she's using... What do you mean from a cow that's... Of course she's got it from the cow that was pregnant, because the cows produce milk.
What do you mean? What I'm trying to say is she's using the milk from a cow who's just had a baby, like that essential milk that you need, that the calves need, we're taking away.
Yeah, how do you think that you guys drink your milk? It's cow's milk. The cow has to get pregnant to produce the milk.
No, because you can get induced. You can be induced to lactate.
You can be induced to lactate
without being pregnant, and I thought that's what that. Well, I never thought about it, to be honest. It's actually stressing me out thinking about it. So let's move on from that topic.
You want to move on?
Yeah.
What are you on about? The fact that you drink cow's milk means that the cow would have been impregnated. A lot of the cows are impregnated, and then their babies are taken away.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's bad industry.
It's horrible.
Hence why I don't drink the milk anymore.
I understand.
At all.
So I think...
And the fact that you hadn't thought about that previously is actually fine.
I've always thought about that, and I'm obviously really unhappy about it.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm not happy about it. It's not a laughing matter.
Almond milk. Almond milk's
I
bad.
hate almond milk.
You hate almond milk?
I don't understand people that drink almond milk. I think that is crazy. Almond milk and soy milk don't taste nice. Don't try and twist me around.
It depends what you drink it with, though. I've never liked milk on its own anyway, ever.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not into it.
I drink it like in a tea
Oat
or
milk
a
I can
matcha,
do.
Or I have it with my cereal, maybe. But I wouldn't just drink the drink on its own anyway.
Anyway, I'm going back to oat milk because I'd rather have bellyache than drink cow's milk because I care about the cows.
It's okay. What about all the other stuff you're eating?
Nothing. Chicken, that's it. And fish.
What, you don't eat sausages or burgers?
No. When I do, they're veggie because my girlfriend doesn't eat meat.
And that's the only reason then?
That is. And on the odd occasion, if I'm out and about, there might be a burger.
You'll have a burger, a proper burger, like a proper meat burger.
Yeah, but everything in moderation. I don't agree with the mass production of the industry. I don't agree with agriculture and the way it is. I don't agree with killing or murdering ever. However...
That's good.
If the cow died on accident, not because of us.
They don't die on accident.
Yes, because some farms would look after the cows and everything and then wouldn't slaughter them. And when they died, then use their meat.
No,
if they're healthy.
They don't do that, babe. They look after the cows, yes. They may have had somewhat of a decent life. Probably not the case for all of them, obviously. But they then send them off to slaughter. They sell them. That's how they make money.
If the cow was to be aggressive and have a scrap with someone or kill a chicken, then is he a bad cow and he deserves like the death sentence penalty?
Do you like the death penalty?
No, but I don't believe in the death penalty because I believe that the death penalty is the easier way out.
Is that why you don't believe in it?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Because I think you should be punished for your crimes. And also another thing is I don't think you should be on death row. I don't believe in I don't believe in it anyway. I don't believe in the death sentence. And the only time I would ever believe in it, which I would think would be too nice of a punishment, is if they were a serial killer and they killed women and babies.
Why women and babies? Why not men?
And men. Because
anyone.
Because unfortunately, the statistics show that women and children are more vulnerable than men. We likely are. How many times?
We are not vulnerable. We are not vulnerable, and I don't like that narrative. We are not vulnerable. We are vulnerable by standards of men, like the patriarchy. We are not vulnerable. We are strong.
I understand we are strong. That was the wrong wording I used. Okay, but I'm not... Yes, but come on. You know what I meant by that. And yes, everyone does have to watch and be sensitive about what they say. I completely understand. But me saying a woman was vulnerable, you knew what I meant by that. What I'm trying to say is it is clear that a lot of history will repeat itself or show itself, and it's evident that, unfortunately, a lot of serial killers tend to target women or young women.
Yes.
It's not often you go serial killers on the loose and loads of men are getting killed, in the what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer.
I don't want to know anything about that, quite frankly. I don't watch stuff like that because I like to actually be able to clear my mind at night before I sleep and actually go to sleep at night without worrying. And to be fair, I don't watch any of that and I still worry about all of that.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's good for me. But on the topic of death row, in the recent podcast that I was watching, they would talk about what their last meal would be as if they were on death row. So what would be your start, main and dessert? What would it be? What do you what would be the last thing that you would eat? What would you devour if it was the last meal you could ever have?
It's a very good question. Quite frankly, I don't think I'd have much of an appetite if I was on death row because I don't eat when I'm stressed. And quite frankly, I have a mass phobia of death and I don't think I'd be sort of munching my way to hell, probably. But if, let's say rhetorically, is that the right word?
Historically?
No, rhetoric. No.
Yeah, oh, you mean theatrical?
My words have broken. I cannot talk. Hypothetically, if I was absolutely starving just before I'm about to fucking be killed, I would definitely be going for a cheese in my starter. I've got to have cheese. I fucking love cheese. I think I'm going for the camembert that's been baked in the oven.
Camembert.
Just right when it's literally, I'm so hungry. Yeah, when it's so like melted in, do you know what I mean? It's ready to eat and it's hot. And then you get, I don't like just a bit of baguette, slices of baguette dipped in, bit of olives on the side. Stop it. Stop it, because I'm starving right now.
No.
And that's banging, come on.
I love that idea, not gonna lie. And to be fair, if I was on death row, I'm not vegan, right? I'm just eating whatever
oh my goodness. Yeah, you're leaving the planet. And you're
I'm
already
sure
going to hell, so.
I'm already going to hell for many reasons. Yeah. And I would have already done my part way more than those people in terms of...
I know, but if we were to look at like Many Lives, Many Masters and the book there and how you're meant to learn lessons throughout each life that you have, and you continue to reincarnate and better yourself, you really did fuck it at the last minute there, didn't you?
Yeah, I would have fucked it at the last minute. But, you know, the hope is that I don't end up on death row, and so this is really hypothetical. Right?
Hypothetical, yeah.
So we'll stick with that one.
We'll stick with that one. So anyway, as you were.
I really like I was gonna go for like some poached eggs and some like bruschetta ham. What's that called? Some ham.
Mia, I'm not having poached egg.
I haven't had eggs in ages.
I know, and I fucking love an egg, but for me starter, for poached egg and a bit of ham, you know.
Well, I've got to fit the rest in. My main's going to be quite big.
Yeah, but I think we're starving, and we're never going to be full.
How full we get
because we're going to die.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter.
Anyway, I think we're overthinking it. Let's move on to the next meal. And
I'm going to have a beef burger, a chicken burger.
I think it was my turn, to be quite frank, but go on.
Yeah, but I already know. I already know.
Go on then.
So a beef burger, a chicken burger, fries, loads of KFC chicken drumsticks.
Banging. Not the chicken drumsticks. You're going for the breast piece, surely.
I'm not going for the breast piece. I'm 100% going for the drumsticks.
I am
nice and moist. The dry fucking breast. I don't want that.
Well, you've just gone to the wrong KF.
And then I want
also KFC.
Curried goat.
1 minute. No, it's one meal, and that's why you're laughing, because you know you're taking the piss. No, your budget is one meal. No, that's 3 meals in one. I don't think you're allowed to do that. Yeah. You choose one. I'm sorry. You can have the 2 burgers and fries if you want.
No, I had chicken.
No,
my curried goat.
No, that's a whole meal on its own. The curried goat.
I'm having the curried goat regardless. So I'm going to have that.
Is it curried goat or goat curry?
It's curried goat.
We should know that.
I do know that.
I should know that. Anyway, I'm having curried goat too, obviously, because I'm not an idiot. But I'm not going to be...
But the burger's hard to not go for, right?
Well, I understand why you'd want to go for a burger, like with, you know what burgers I like? You know, at the side of the road... where there's a truck.
Yes, a burger van.
A burger van. A burger van in the market, or in England when we used to go to the Sunday market.
And then there
was at the Chepstow race course.
Yeah.
And there's a fucking burger van.
And the Welsh cakes.
And the Welsh cakes. Yeah, don't go off top. But the burgers with the American cheese slapped on, with the onions.
I remember
it's slightly unsanitary, probably. Well, you never know. People do clean, but the bread's probably on its way out. Banging. That's the best. The ketchup's not Heinz. It's still just so good.
You're making it sound awful. Like, I really remember it tasted nice.
But it does, because it's so bad. It's good.
No, I don't know if I'm there, but I do agree with what you're saying with the Burger Van burger. I have been craving that for about 7 years.
Right. Sorry.
Anyway, so you got your curry goat for your main. What are we doing for dessert?
Yeah, so that's really, really difficult. I'm a cheesecake girly.
I'm a cheesecake girl.
Well, you're not 'cause you're vegan. I'm a
I
cheesecake
can have a vegan
girly.
cheesecake, actually. Biscoff one. Got one from Yours. That was really nice.
Fucking up yours.
That was
Anyway,
actually really good. It was a vegan Biscoff
they're
cheesecake.
massive. They're fucking
And
huge.
they make really good
I never had a
slices.
cheesecake there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so the Biscoff cheesecake I think I'm going for.
Yeah.
Either a Biscoff cheesecake or I'm going for a chocolate cake slightly warmed with that glazy chocolate topping. You know, the proper chocolate cakes, not the hard icing, can't stand it.
Yes.
And vanilla ice cream.
Yes. And chocolate sauce just dribbled all
But you know what I've just thought about? Like a crumble with custard. That is banging too.
I like a cherry or raspberry crumble.
Yeah, when it's not
With
too
custard.
overly soury
But this
sweet.
is your last ever meal on earth. You've got to go for the Biscoff cheesecake.
I think I'm going for the Biscoff cheesecake.
Right?
Or do I go for the chocolate cake?
Can't you have both?
No. Otherwise I might as well just have loads of dishes. I don't know. But anyway, we'll go for the cheesecake. So we're both having curried goat and cheesecake for
Yeah, and
our last
to be
meal.
fair, I could be persuaded by the camembert, not gonna lie to you.
Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not your poached egg and ham. Awful.
Do you miss some eggs though?
Yeah.
I actually need to find
An alternative.
someone somewhere that has pet chickens that really look after them that will sandwich my eggs, because I wouldn't mind eating eggs again.
Yeah, I think you should. It's good
Yeah.
protein, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I hear different things about how much protein's in eggs. People always tell me different.
About 9 grams, I think. 7
Is
to
it?
9 grams.
I don't think
Which
there's
is
that
pretty
much.
good. Pretty good.
Right. Anyway, on this topic, on the good old death row topic, in terms of you know it being about court and stuff. Recently, we do know that the American Supreme Court did have a meeting or a discussion or something regarding potentially overturning same-sex marriage.
Yeah.
Now, the good news is that they decided not to overturn gay marriage. The bad news, I guess, is that there was ever a bloody discussion about it.
Where is this coming from? Like,
What do
why
you
are we
mean?
still
Because
having
we've got
these
Trump in
conversations?
power. Because
Well,
the
yeah,
right wing
well,
is
because
really
this
heavily
is
funded right now.
it's getting me
Right-wing politics.
so annoyed that these are the topics, these are the issues that he is pulling and raising and has concern for.
I think it's the right wing side as a whole are just really, really wanting to distract and place blame in places that obviously are like basically vulnerable groups of people, so that nobody looks at like the corruption or why there's so much wealth in one area, in one place.
If people now at this day and age cannot see where the problem lies, then I actually do feel like you should probably just go to bed. Really? Go to bed. Like, fucking hell. This is ludicrous. Everything. Hate is weird. If you are so hateful towards a group of people, you have issues.
Yeah.
Serious issues, and you continue to beat up and continue to blame the minority.
But normally
and to continue
hurt people, isn't it? Like a lot of people that
a lot of people are literally, a lot of these Republicans just want to be part of something, just want to be part of a movement. And
so then maybe that stems from loneliness.
There's no excuse. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You are happy to be a racist. You are happy to come down, especially racism.
Yeah.
I've just been listening to Chelsea Handler. I'm sorry. I fucking love this woman. I'm not being funny.
You're always talking about this Chelsea Handler. Who is she?
Because she's a comedian.
Yeah.
She has several books out. She's just a laugh. She talks all about her, dating life or whatever. But I've recently been listening to her podcast with her gay assistant, Brandon. I forgot his last name. Anyway, they both do an advice podcast where someone writes in, then they talk to them on the phone. And one of the discussions I was listening to is this woman who had moved away from her family with her husband, and they just had a baby, and they haven't been like surrounded by the family for 4 years. And now they've got back, not realizing how bad or even far-fetched their family's views have gotten, to a point where they're making really rogue comments in front of their daughter, who they don't want to raise to be a hateful minded person who's talking shit on the minority groups. And this is what the sort of older generation gets away with, which is, oh, you know, that's all they know, and blah, blah, blah. Which is, she's like, I don't want my daughter not to have a relationship with her grandparents. However, I don't want them saying things about, you know, minority groups, and saying that they don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement and all of these stuff. So how do you, you know, and they're calling her a snowflake, you know, which is, oh, you're too sensitive, you're too upset and soft and all of this malarkey. And this is why I love Chelsea Handler, because she will not back down. She's a white woman. She's a comedian. She loves everybody. She's fucking direct. She'll tell you how it is, and she's funny as fuck. But she is on the right side of the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a few people like that I love, like Paloma Faith. I really love, like, Jordan Stevens.
I love him.
He's got that
and Jade
book as well, and I love him and Jade. Jade's been speaking out a lot on stage as well. I love their views. They're just people that I want to be surrounded by, and I do believe that there is a movement on our side as well. And I think that we have to remain like strong in our vulnerabilities and our push to have these discussions with people. I think it's probably best to have discussions with people where you're just kind of like talking to them on a level, even if they have completely different views to you, because normally where people are like just either misinformed, or they have been maybe they've been pushed a narrative by people that are closest to them, like you're saying in that story, where they talk about they don't want the grandparents to say those kind of things to their daughter because she's young and impressionable. And I think what you've got to think is a lot of people also did have that. So it's just...
I know, but sometimes I can't fathom, like, when you get to an age where, you know, we're 28 years old, we both have had our childhood, we've had opinions imposed on us as a child, but we've also had our own experiences. And we are at a point...
come from a lot of diversity in terms of like
adversity,
in terms of the fact that there's a lot of racism growing up because we were like, you know, we have coloured skin, and also because the fact that we obviously had to come out as being gay, which is not seen as something that was normal, especially at the time. So when you are faced with adversity as a youngster, I do think you are more likely to look around at the world and say, well, something isn't right here. Why have I been made to feel so different? And why have I been made to feel like we're women as well, which doesn't help. You know,
I know, but my biggest issue is that I do think that if you are a person, a loving person, if you've got children, if you're a mother for one, I think it's crazy how you can be so hateful. There are young kids that are affected by this every single day, affected by racism, affected by being outcasted, or, you know, if young trans youth people, and you're still hateful, and forget them, and, you know, black children getting shot on the street, and you're like, we don't care about them. Get them.
People just want money and power, and
it's weird.
Caring about
anyway
like that doesn't do that for them. But we will move on to Queer-ies now.
Listen to Queer-ies, spill the tea, and we'll keep it just between you and me.
Okay, welcome to Queer-ies, guys.
Put the laptop down. It doesn't need to be that far in your face. But we just come across a bit of an obstacle because we are now recording on our phones. This is the first time we're doing Queer-ies from home. And she's like, well, I can't fucking read the query out. And I was like, that is so true. Anyway.
So we're on the laptop.
Let's get into our query. Have you found
Yeah.
the query we're going to use today?
Yeah, so a dilemma for you. Hi, girls. Just want to say I am a massive fan of your podcast. So here is my queer dilemma, and any advice would be great.
Cute.
Sit tight because it's a bit of a whirlwind. Okay.
Yes,
so
I have had a brief, like,
I haven't looked at this.
I've had a brief skim of this, and I'm not being funny,
Really?
just
Okay,
ludicrous
let me read it.
behaviour.
So I am a lesbian and always said I wouldn't date bi girls because of the risk of them going off with a man. Because I can't lie, that would cut deep. So that's what she started off the query with. So we know where we're going with this. Anyway, I met my partner 7 years ago now, and she is bi. She was aware of my insecurities, but we decided to look past it because I loved her for her. Which, of course, you can't really not fall in love with someone just because they're bisexual.
Well, yeah, we. It doesn't matter if you're bisexual or not. If she's in a committed, loyal relationship, she won't. She only wants you.
Anyways, throughout our relationship, I've had to contend with her mother and grandmother being homophobic. And when we started our fertility journey to have a baby, they couldn't understand why my partner didn't just go with a man.
Wow, that's just well, that would be
Anyway,
exited out straight
we
away.
fast forward to now. We are married with a beautiful little girl.
Wow.
However, I started to notice things were off with my wife. She was distant with me, hurtful with her words towards me, and couldn't even bear to touch me. I initially put it down to her giving birth and all the hormone changes, but it was just getting worse.
Wait, so she's hormonal and being a bit of a bitch. Is that what we got?
If that's what you want to take from it, absolutely. Right. She started becoming secretive, so I did what I always said I wouldn't, and I looked at her phone.
Right. Well,
Because my mind was going into overdrive. I found Snapchat conversations that she had been having with a man. Yes, a man. There were some
so
photos.
the woman is pregnant and she's on Snapchat.
No. She has had a baby.
She's had the baby.
Yeah. There were photos of his private parts, selfies of my wife, and rather explicit messages. There was obviously a lot more, but as we all know, Snapchat deletes.
Right.
I mean, we are in our
You
30s.
would think she would have deleted those specific images on the old Snapchat.
And I'm not being funny. Do men send pictures of their private parts and do women like it? I'm a lesbian. Like, do women like to see a pee-pee standing there? Like, does that turn them on?
I think it probably does, yes.
No.
It must do, obviously. They like to imagine.
Do it.
I think a lot of women think, put your bloody thing away. That's weird. And quite frankly, it's cringy that you're taking a picture of it. Other women potentially enjoy it because she clearly did, because she's enjoying looking on that and Snapchat instead of being with her wife.
Okay. I mean, we are in our 30s, so I didn't even know Snapchat was still a thing these days. Yeah.
Which is a fair fucking point.
I worked out that they had started communicating a couple of weeks after our daughter was born. Disgusting, right? I confronted my wife, and she initially denied. She initially tried to deny it all, telling me I was seeing things and it was harmless.
I'm not sure how that conversation went about. And I don't even think it would be a conversation of, is this true and is this real? And how she got to the point with, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. What do you mean it's not as bad? What do you mean? It's pretty bad. We've just had a kid and you're sending your private parts on Snapchat.
In your 30s and you have a baby.
And you have a wife. To a man.
You have a wife to a man.
No, you have a wife. You. Fuck off. Now, come on.
I then discovered this man also had a wife and a baby. Anyway,
Right.
after a bit more digging, I found out that they went to university together about 12 years ago. I also found out that they were dating and sleeping together about a year into my relationship with my wife. This is fuming me. During finding out all of this, her mother turned up randomly at our house one morning and had the audacity to blame me for my wife's actions. Throughout, my wife continued to lie to me until eventually she realised she was in a hole and couldn't get out of it. Anyway, due to this, I started to question more. I found out that she had been having a full-on affair for 6 months with another man from her rugby team.
With another woman.
From her rugby team, because obviously they're on a rugby team, right before we got married. This girl, who she told me was obsessed with her and a psycho. The very girl she made me feel bad for being insecure over.
It's always the case. It's always the case. If you're insecure about someone, there's a fucking reason.
Yes, I agree with that one. Turned out she was telling this girl she was going to leave me for her, but shocked she ended up breaking up with her, breaking her heart too. So basically, I'm now in a difficult position. What do I do? Do I try and forgive these infidelities for the sake of our family, or do I leave? I can't stop the mental torment of picturing her with these two people. She told me the reason she had cheated was because she thought that I was going to leave her. I mean, come on. She also said because her ex cheated on her, she is scared of being hurt again.
We've been together over 10 years. What ex? What are you on about?
She thought that she would do the hurting. Surely that's just an excuse. Not only has she cheated with a man, but also another woman. What's next? She managed to make me feel bad for her because I now feel like I've not been enough. Any advice, wisdom, or reassurance would be appreciated. Can I ever trust my wife again? Thank you in advance.
Okay, so if we're going to answer the last question you've just put on there, which was, can I ever trust my wife again?
No.
Never.
No.
Ever. And quite frankly,
she doesn't deserve your trust. She doesn't deserve your time. She doesn't deserve your energy.
She is a really, really bad person. Like, not even someone that just, maybe not a fan of you as a person would do to you. Cheating is like one of the most painful things that someone can do to you. It is horrible. It is really damaging on someone's
She's done it on more than one occasion. She's done it when you were just before you were going to get married for a long period of time. She's lied to you. She's deceived you. Her mother and her grandmother does not support the relationship either, which, by the way, is a massive red flag, that they do not support the relationship, and she doesn't back you. She's not backing her.
No.
She doesn't sit there and have conversations with... It doesn't seem as though she's going to be backing you to her mother or her grandmother when she's busy doing other stuff behind your back.
Yeah, and she's allowing her mother to come round and blame you for her actions. She just says a lot anyway. So the mother's fully informed. She's coming around to give you grief again. Your relationship is done. And this is the sad reality of it, is that you have allowed her to treat you this way for far too long. In my opinion, you've always had suspicions. Now, if you have suspicions of your girlfriend from that early on, she's up to no good. Anyway, the biggest issue you've got now is the fact that you've got a child with this person. And that is something that you're going to have to navigate, which is not going to be easy, because that child is what means the most. And that child is the one person that you do not want to be impacted by the relationship that you have with their mother. Which means
I will add to that. Can I just say, staying together will not make that child's life better, because
it will make it way worse.
The child is going to witness a relationship that clearly is not very healthy. And so the best thing that you possibly could do for the child, actually, in my opinion, is to actually say, this woman has hurt me. I will never be happy and I will never be able to trust her. And therefore, the relationship is probably going to be very messy, and there's going to be a lot of turmoil.
That
if you carry on with
relationship
it,
is
and it would not
never
benefit
gonna work.
the child at all.
And also, she's manipulating you. She's narcissistic. She's making you feel as if it's your fault that she did something bad. When someone can't take accountability, when someone continues to make awful mistakes and literally gaslight you and make you think that you are crazy, delusional, it's your problem. Like, these are not, she's not resolving the issue. She's not holding her hands up and saying, I have serious issues. I need to go to therapy. I'm really sorry for the sake of my child, for the sake of our relationship. These are all things she should be saying. The fact that even when you found out there was no remorse there shows what kind of person this is that you're dealing with. And it's going to be a shock to the system. But I think you have to, you've seen it, like, it must have settled in a little bit now. It's not only one person she's cheated on you with, but two people. She's continuously showing no remorse. She's allowing her mother to talk to you like this. You need to drag yourself away from this person and surround yourself with your support system. Who have you got? Mum, dad? Have you got family or anyone that you can rely on? Friends that you can rely on? There must be someone that sees this situation and is literally shaking you and thinking, what the bloody hell are you doing? This woman is not a good person for you. You need to lean on those people, find those people, and the biggest thing you need to do is figure out how you're going to parent this child with this person, because that is the bottom line. Is the only relationship you should be having with this person now is communication on how do we raise this child. Apart from that, I don't think she has.
I don't think there's any point mulling over the situation, talking about the situation with her. What she's done is not like forgivable unless she's going to spend the next year, whilst you guys are broken up, completely trying to prove to you, go to therapy or whatever, if she's that serious about the marriage. I can't see that from what you've said, but if that is the case, I would still break up with her and I would still leave the distance and then let her behave. Just like Mel Robbins says, let them. See how she behaves when you say to her, enough is enough, when you set your boundaries, because she
doesn't think you'll leave her. She does not think that you will leave her. She thinks I can do and I can treat this girl however I fucking want, because she's not going to leave me. You need to get the fuck up. You need to leave this girl. You need to tell her the only person I care about is this child. Forget her. And even if she miraculously made a change in her life and she did a whole year of self-discovery, yes, celibacy, said to you, I want to be with you, I'm going to prove it. You are so hurt by this situation that I don't think that you would be able to ever trust her. And that would be a disservice to yourself, to continue in a relationship with someone that has, what I'm trying to say?
Well, she doesn't have any empathy, or she's got no integrity, has she? Listen, the fact of the matter
she's got no regard for your feelings.
You need to respect yourself. You need to respect your heart. You need to respect your just who you are as a person, and know deep down that actually I don't need to put myself through this. We only know one thing, and that is that we have one life.
She's hurt you to the biggest degree now. The best thing you can do is use the year and it's going to be painful, the year, to get over her. Do not use this year suffering and holding on tighter to someone who does not respect you. Because in the long time, you're going to be hurting for a lot longer. Use this year to get the hell out of that place.
And over it.
Over it, yeah.
Listen, we're really, really sorry.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Hope that you can find some sort of peace in leaving this woman. But yeah, thank you so much for writing in your queries. And guys, if there is any queries that you have got, please don't be shy. Give us a email at gossipinthecloset97@gmail.com. And please, if you're watching on YouTube, press that subscribe button, give us a like, give us a comment, and the same goes for Spotify. Give us a follow. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Gossip.